Embrace the recycled retro Christmas theme. Sustainable, quirky, and vintage holiday decor ideas. Introduction to Recycled Retro Christmas. Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel where we turn everyday trash into holiday treasure. Today we're diving into the super fun and eco-friendly recycled retro Christmas theme. Picture this: playful colors bursting from upcycled cans, bottles, and shiny CDs that form quirky alternative trees. Then, add in fabric scraps from your old clothes to create skirts and ornaments for that perfect zero-waste vintage look. Before we get started, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and drop a comment below sharing your favorite recycled decor idea. Let's make this holiday season greener together. In this video, I'll walk you through inspiration, tips, and step-by-step ideas to bring this theme to life in your home. Get ready for some serious upcycling magic that will wow your friends and family. Why go retro with recycled materials? So, why choose the recycled retro theme for your Christmas decor? Well, it's a fantastic way to blend nostalgia with modern sustainability. Think back to those groovy 70s and 80s vibes, but updated with zero-waste principles. By using upcycled cans, bottles, and CDs, you're not just decorating, you're making a statement against holiday waste. These materials add playful colors and reflective shines that mimic twinkling lights, creating a whimsical atmosphere. Plus, incorporating fabric scraps from old clothes means you're reducing textile landfill contributions, which is huge for the environment. Now, with added DIY elements like vintage button ornaments or cork figures, it elevates the quirky factor. This theme is perfect for anyone wanting a quirky vintage look without buying new stuff. It's budget-friendly too. Most items are free from your recycling bin or thrift stores. Imagine hosting a party where guests rave about your creative tree, sparking conversations on eco-living. Get inspired and start collecting those materials today. Gathering your upcycled supplies. First things first, let's talk about sourcing your materials for this recycled retro setup. Head to your kitchen recycling bin for aluminum cans and glass bottles. They're the building blocks of your alternative tree. Don't forget those old CDs gathering dust in the attic. Their shiny surfaces are ideal for catching light and adding that retro disco flair. For fabric scraps, raid your closet or hit up friends for old t-shirts, jeans, or scarves. Thrift stores are goldmines for colorful remnants too, and now include vintage goods like old buttons, wine corks, or thrifted reflectors for extra projects. The key is to choose items with vibrant patterns and textures to enhance the playful color scheme. This zero-waste approach not only saves money, but also encourages mindfulness about consumption. Pro tip: clean everything thoroughly to avoid any odors or messes. Once you have your haul, sort by color and size for easy assembly. This step sets the foundation for a truly unique vintage Christmas display. Building the base of your alternative tree. Now onto constructing your recycled retro tree base. Start by stacking cleaned cans and bottles in a pyramid shape. Use hot glue or sturdy wire to secure them for stability. Begin with larger bottles at the bottom for a solid foundation, tapering up with smaller cans. Intersperse CDs as branches by drilling small holes and threading them on, or simply glue them flat for reflective accents. This creates a quirky silhouette that's far from traditional but full of charm. The playful colors from painted cans or natural glass hues add visual interest. For safety, especially with kids around, wrap sharp edges with fabric tape. This DIY process is therapeutic and rewarding, turning potential trash into art. Customize the height to fit your space, tabletop for apartments or floor standing for bigger rooms. Embrace the imperfections. They're what give it that authentic vintage look. DIY Christmas tree exclusively from CDs. Let's zoom in on a standout real DIY project. A Christmas tree made entirely from old CDs for that ultimate retro sparkle. Gather about 20 to 30 discarded CDs, cut them into triangular shards using strong scissors, wear gloves for safety, and arrange them in layers on a cardboard cone base. Glue the pieces overlapping like shingles, starting from the bottom and working up to create a shimmering, crystal-like tree that reflects lights in rainbow patterns. Top it with a star crafted from a whole CD, perhaps painted gold. This project embodies the recycled retro essence, turning obsolete tech into a quirky centerpiece. It's zero waste at its best, diverting e-waste from landfills while evoking vintage disco balls. Add string lights woven through the gaps for extra dazzle. Families love this as it teaches recycling hands-on. Your finished tree will be a conversation starter, blending sustainability with playful nostalgia. Experiment with sizes for mini versions too. Adding fabric scraps for texture and charm. Fabric scraps are the secret sauce in your recycled retro theme, bringing softness to the metallic elements. Cut old clothes into strips for tree skirts. Sew or tie them around the base for a fringed bohemian vibe. Use smaller pieces to craft ornaments. Roll fabric into balls, stuff with scraps for plush baubles, or cut shapes like stars and hearts. Glue or sew them onto CDs for hybrid decorations that sparkle and sway. This zero-waste method repurposes textiles that might otherwise be discarded, promoting sustainability. Choose colors that pop against your tree's materials. Think reds, greens, and golds for classic holiday feels, or pastels for a softer retro twist. The quirky combination creates a layered vintage aesthetic that's inviting and fun. Involve the family in cutting and designing. It's a great bonding activity. Your tree will tell a story through these personal touches. Incorporating playful colors and patterns. Color is king in the recycled retro Christmas theme, so let's amp up the playfulness. Paint your cans and bottles in vibrant hues, neon pinks, turquoise blues, and sunny yellows for that retro pop. CDs naturally provide iridescent shines, but you can enhance with metallic sprays. Mix patterns from fabric scraps, stripes from old shirts, florals from dresses, creating a patchwork effect on skirts and garlands. This mishmash evokes a quirky, zero-waste vintage market find. Balance bold colors with neutrals to avoid overwhelm. Hang ornaments at varying heights for dynamic movement. The result? A tree that's alive with energy, perfect for photos and gatherings. This approach not only recycles but celebrates creativity, turning ordinary items into extraordinary decor. Experiment fearlessly. There's no wrong way in upcycling. Lighting up your recycled creation. No Christmas tree is complete without lights, and for recycled retro, opt for energy-efficient LEDs to keep it eco-friendly. String fairy lights through the cans and bottles, letting them reflect off CDs for a dazzling disco-like effect. This enhances the playful colors and vintage vibe without high-power use. For a quirky twist, poke holes in cans to create patterned light leaks, like stars or snowflakes. Drape fabric scraps over bulbs for softened glows, adding warmth. Position your tree near a window to catch natural light during the day, amplifying the zero-waste shine. Safety first. Use cool touch lights to avoid melting plastics. This illumination transforms your upcycled piece from daytime art to nighttime wonder. Guests will be mesmerized, asking for your secrets. It's sustainable magic at its best. Ornament ideas with a vintage twist. Let's get crafty with ornaments for your recycled retro tree. Beyond fabric balls, try bottle caps as mini medallions. Paint them and string with ribbon. CDs can be broken safely into mosaic pieces glued onto fabric bases for shimmering accents. Use old button collections from clothes as centers for scrap flowers. These zero-waste ideas infuse quirky personality, evoking vintage charm. Hang them with twine or recycled wire for an authentic look. Incorporate themes. Music lovers might add vinyl record shards, while foodies use can labels as tags. The playful colors tie everything together, creating a cohesive display. This DIY elevates simple materials into heirlooms. Share your creations online to inspire others in sustainable decorating. It's fun, fulfilling, and planet-friendly. DIY Christmas objects from vintage goods. Amp up your decor with real DIY Christmas objects made from vintage recycled goods for that extra retro punch. Take old wine corks, glue them into reindeer shapes, adding button eyes and fabric scrap antlers for adorable ornaments. Or stack vintage buttons in graduating sizes to form mini tree baubles, threaded on wire with a loop for hanging. Thrifted reflectors can be repurposed into star toppers by bending and gluing. These projects add a layer of nostalgia, using items with history to create new memories. It's zero waste and quirky, perfect for the recycled retro theme. Involve kids in assembling. It's educational and fun. The vintage aesthetic shines through, making your setup feel like a treasure hunt find. These additions make your holidays uniquely personal and eco-conscious. Extending the theme beyond the tree. Don't stop at the tree. Extend recycled retro throughout your home. Create garlands from linked cans and fabric strips for mantles or doorways. Bottle vases filled with scrap-wrapped branches make quirky centerpieces. CDs strung as mobiles catch light in windows, adding playful movement. Use old clothes as table runners or napkin rings for dining setups. This zero-waste vintage look creates an immersive holiday atmosphere. Coordinate colors for unity, blending retro flair with sustainability. It's ideal for small spaces, maximizing impact without clutter. Family and friends will appreciate the thoughtful, eco-conscious effort. Plus, it's a conversation starter on green living. Expand creatively to wreaths or advent calendars too. Your whole home becomes a recycled wonderland. Sustainability tips for holiday success. Embracing recycled retro means committing to sustainability, so here are tips for success. Track your waste reduction. Calculate how many items you upcycle to feel the impact. Source ethically. Support local recycling programs or swaps. After holidays, disassemble and store for reuse, extending life cycles. Educate others. Share your process on social media with #ZeroWasteChristmas. This theme reduces carbon footprints by avoiding new purchases. Playful colors and quirky designs make eco-living exciting, not sacrificial. Involve kids in projects to teach responsibility early. Vintage elements add timeless appeal, making it a tradition. Remember, small changes like this contribute to bigger environmental wins. Stay inspired by online communities for fresh ideas. Your holidays can be merry and mindful. Troubleshooting common upcycling challenges. Even with the best plans, upcycling can have hiccups, so let's troubleshoot. If your tree wobbles, reinforce with heavier bases or dowels inside bottles. For dull colors, layer paints or use markers on fabrics. CDs scratching, coat with clear varnish for protection. Fabric fraying, seal edges with glue or stitching. These fixes keep your quirky zero-waste vintage look intact. Adapt to available materials, substitute jars for bottles if needed. Time management, prep in advance to avoid rush. Safety, wear gloves when handling sharps. This theme thrives on improvisation, turning challenges into creative opportunities. Document your process for future reference or sharing. Ultimately, embrace the imperfections, they add character. Your recycled retro setup will shine regardless. Wrapping up your recycled retro adventure. We've covered everything from building your upcycled tree, specific DIY CD projects, vintage goods crafts, to extending the theme and troubleshooting tips. Hope you're buzzing with ideas for your own recycled retro Christmas. This playful zero-waste vintage look proves holidays can be sustainable, quirky, and full of heart. Thanks for joining me on this eco-adventure. It's all about making joyful memories while caring for our planet. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe for more DIY inspiration, like the video, and comment below with your upcycling stories or questions. I'd love to hear how you put this theme into action. Happy holidays, and let's keep creating greener celebrations together. See you in the next video.